Okay, so this is a general lesson for my middle school students that are in band, that we're at the end of the school year, right? And maybe you're in your uh, second year or third year, or maybe it's the end of your first year and you've just been playing for a while. But this is a video that's for that top student where you're at the top of your section or near the top of your section, or you've always been at the top of your section, and you may be going, I'm already better than everybody in my band. Why? What do I need to do now? It's in school year. Who cares? Summer's coming. Oh man, have I got news for you. No matter how good you are, there's always going to be someone somewhere that's better. And most likely you're going to find them sooner than you think you are. At the middle school level, where you find students besides the ones that you're familiar with, that you suddenly realize, oh heavens, they're a lot better than me, are at some of the auditions for things like all-region band, or if there's an all-district band, where you start running into students that attend other schools. Just because you don't see them all the time doesn't mean that these people don't exist. So what is a good thing to work on once you've gotten past maybe the spring concert, or maybe you've gotten past the spring recital, and maybe there was an awards concert and you won everything. And that happens a lot to my private students. I'm going to tell you, I'm very proud of this track record of mine. Students winning outstanding member of their section, or outstanding bandsman, getting first division or overall best ensemble. That's part of my track record, I have to tell you, and I'm pretty proud of it. So how do we stay on top? Because, you know, as the football coach in Everman, when I taught band there, they had won the state championship, and everybody was telling him, hey, yeah, man, you're amazing, you got it, man. He said, you're only one season away, or one game away from being the bottom dog again on the pile. And he had just won the state championship. They won twice while I was there. But you know, you have to always have that mindset, especially in competitive things like band and sports. We shared a lot of students. That was a small school district. And really, that mindset was the same mindset we used with the music program as well. One thing you can always keep in mind is scales. You can always work scales no matter what instrument you play. I've got a flute in my hand right now because it's raining, and this was the only thing I grabbed as I was running out the door. And it's my main instrument, so I can use this as an example always, because I played this instrument when I was a young child, and I've played this instrument for many, many years and continue to. So as you're working towards your musical goals, you always can work scales. It is important at that middle school age level to not stay in that little box, but to go on and start playing past that one octave range. Make sure you're starting to look at the full range scales. Don't wait till high school, because really by the time you get to high school, you need to have those under your fingers, really, or you're going to be struggling with the marching band music. And the marching band music is just part of what you're going to play in high school. So it's important to get it. Make sure you are warming up correctly. For flute, for many wind instruments, octave slurs like I just demonstrated are good. If you're a brass student, you may be doing mouthpiece only or this type of warm-up. I call that the F sandwich. But miss, I play trumpet, I start on a G. That's okay. It's a concert F, so the F sandwich, because the F is the note on the front end, the back end, the note in the middle is the note that changes. Your embouchure, whether you're woodwind, brass, needs to be the same on the first note, last note. Your flexibility is on the note in the middle. It's important as you play it, not just play and stare at the wall and think about hot dogs. It's important as you play your warm-ups to be looking at a tuner. Really, it is. Now, you might play the first round of them and don't look because you're warming up. But do them on a tuner. Also play with your mouthpiece only, looking at a tuner. With brass instruments, being able to play on that mouthpiece and tune. Remember, your instrument's more of a how do we say, an amplifying device. You got to have control of the mouthpiece to be able to really control your instrument. With woodwinds, your mouthpiece or head joint, in the case of a flute, is the key to the rest of your instrument, but you can't play all your melodies on this like the brass people. But making sure whatever tone you're playing also is nailing in tune on the tuner is a challenge, and it's important. Depending on your instrument, there are different things to master that can help your tone. But it's important, no matter what you're doing, to do things to help yourself to improve your tone. There are tone books, tone exercises. These warm-ups are a good part of your tone. Another thing in the summer, or when you're not bogged down with music for school, another good thing to look at is to try to get a hold of whatever book they use for the all-region auditions. Now, I know the high school books are published on the TMEA website. We know what they are. Middle school, those books can vary some, but to find at least a book that is of the same difficulty level, that is an important thing for you to be working on. They're called etudes. Etudes, a French word for study. To be working on some etudes that are at the same level of difficulty that you will have when you're looking at the all-region etudes. Oftentimes those etudes are based around major scales, whatever it is, Or it might be a that kind of thing. It might be something like that. And then there's usually the slow etudes. I know the woodwind slow etudes often have some sort of lots of rhythms that look real complex that are actually what's called a cadenza-like passage, where you get to interpret how you play it. Slow, fast, but it has to make sense within the framework of the song. The brass etudes oftentimes will have things along that line as well. So it's important to have your books and that you can look at. And during the summer, what I've done with a lot of students have had success at those auditions, had success staying at the top of their sections, middle school, high school, beyond, is to work and focus on just little sections of etudes of that caliber throughout the summer. If you like the song, we can go back through and work the entire song. But try to work at least 2 to 3 lines of a song or two that is at that level of difficulty each week in a book like that. If we're not sure what the book is, it's good to just go on, jump in, look at that TMEA website, and find what book for your section, your instrument, are they using for the auditions. I can help you figure that out on your instrument. And from there, we will go on and get that book. That'd be fine, because they usually use the same books from year to year to year to year to year to year to year. In the meantime, scales, full range, really important. Chromatic scale. Making sure you like the sound of all the notes. I ran out of air. But, I could have taken a smart think ahead and figure out where I want to breathe. Right now, I'm having allergies too. Slurring up or tonguing up like I did, slurring down, tonguing up, tonguing down, slurring up, slurring down. Put all your scales, all of them, to a metronome. I can't do the metronome and demonstrate that and record at the same time, because I have all of that on the same device. But I do have a foot. I give that about an 80. I got to take deeper breaths to make sure it goes all the way through. Although I did get all the notes. Now, was I at a fast tempo? Honestly, no. It could go a whole lot faster, But the thing is, making sure you like the sound of the notes. I'd probably want to go back if I was going to actually practice this right now and do that. Hey, happy practicing to you. Seriously, look at the tmea.org website to find those books I was talking about.